I mean, honestly, would you just look at these prices? $20 for a loose copy of Sonic 3, $37 for a complete copy, $62 for a new copy. That's literally the new price. And it gets worse. It gets worse when you realize these are actually the prices. It's actually crazy, okay? To me, that these games can cost that much. So, what have I decided to do? Well, I've decided to create a guide to teach you, yes, you, the viewer at home, how to shop for retro games the cheap way. Stick with me to figure out how. Hey Slayers, I'm the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, Sega Slayer 64, and today is definitely a bit of a different video today. So today I figured I'd show you, and this video is, don't expect this video to be probably over 5 minutes, but it's something I decided to make, okay? And essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to teach you how to shop for retro games cheaply, okay? This is the method I use, and I just wanted to show it off because I always see people complaining, oh, retro games are completely expensive. And I want to state now that this method does not apply to anyone who is a big collector. If you care about collecting the boxes and all of that, this really isn't for you because, first off, well, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't because the first method, I'm going to tell you probably 5 easy methods, okay? So the first method involves actually going to stores. The first method would be like I'd say go to yard sales, stores, all that. Like I have a copy of Sonic, I have multiple copies of Sonic 1, right? I have an inbox copy, I have just a copy, and then I have a copy that I got from the last copy, right? I got for like, what was it? $2.99. Now keep in mind, Sonic 1, yes, okay, it's already cheap and it's already rare, period, but I got the copy for $2.99, and the reason I got it for even cheaper than usually it would go for $5 loose, I got it for $2.99 because the label was ripped, and that's a very good deal for a cartridge that works just a little rip in the label, and I got it for that cheap. That is extremely good. So that would be my first advice to you. Second off would be look at these prices for Sonic 3, right? Another good the second thing I would recommend is eBay auctions. Now you can usually get auctions for a little cheap, you know what I'm saying? I mean, $19 isn't that good, but still, I mean, $10 right here for a copy. Oh, that's Sonic 3D Blast, but still, look, you can get these bids usually authentic game only, right? A bid for $4.25, you know what I'm saying? Or another so that's number 2. Number 3, another good thing you could do is, right? Let me show you something. Okay? Let's look this up, okay? Sonic, right? The Hedgehog, right? 2006. Okay, Xbox 360. I want to show you a massive price difference here, okay? And this is a massive price difference. Now, this right here is what I want to show you. So here's an original copy. Wait, no, okay. Well, I guess it really doesn't apply here, yeah. Okay, so here's an original copy of Sonic 06, right? Just an original copy. It goes for $34.98. You can get that cheaper. And the way you can do that is, instead of looking for just the original copy, right? And 9 times out of 10, maybe not with this game, but there'd be a huge price difference if you go for the Platinum Hits version, or the Platinum, or the Sega Kids, or how every game console and company has that one version of Platinum Hits where later on the games will get that like tags in, okay, this was a Platinum Hit or something like that. Those are usually less valued. For Nintendo, it was also Platinum Hits. Sony, I forgot what it was, but they all have that, and all games become that at some point. So it's always cheaper to search for those, I found, than to search for the more expensive, like Other versions, it's always cheaper now because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't want these versions, but I find they still kind of look nice on your shelf still. You know what I'm saying? And it's a cheaper game, so whatever. Or you could even just get one of these versions usually, and just buy an original case and cartridge and call it a day. I mean, case and manual and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? That's one way. Another good way to shop for these, right, is if you're on eBay or Amazon, there's the price filtering, right? And you could just enter in your own price. So let's say that says under 15, so I'll just go under 10. You know what I'm saying? And you can look, and $5 for a bid. There's one for $7.99, also a bid. $8.40, also a bid. Oh, that copy of Sega Superstars Tennis is actually pretty cheap. But Sonic Riders is also pretty cheap. But you see what I'm saying? You can get these bids for pretty cheap with shipping and everything. So, really, and also the manuals for these games always turn out to be cheap. Look, manual $6. You know what I'm saying? What's another example I could think of? What's another example? I keep doing Sonic games, but let's see. What's another one I could do? What's a more expensive Sega Genesis game? Okay. Wait, hold on. We'll just go with the first Shining Force. We'll go with the first Shining Force here. And there's a reason I want to do this. Look. Now, you can see the game's almost extremely expensive, right? It's extremely expensive. Look, $44, $59, $64, $120. The original Shining Force is expensive. But there's a way you can get it for cheaper, and it's right here. Now, first off, this may be a bad example of what I was trying to show you in the first place, but my point being, 9 times out of 10, you can get a game a lot cheaper if you just get a ripped label version, and that is extremely good in the grand scheme of things. You know why? Because look, you can still tell that it's Shining Force just by looking at the cartridge. First off, right? Second off, 9 times out of 10, you can also look by, if you open up the Genesis game, which they're extremely easy to open. You don't need any special screwdriver. You just need a normal common screwdriver. You flip it over, open the back, and you can see the name 9 times out of 10 on the cartridge. And also, I want to mention something else. All these methods apply to most things, including CDs, PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn, Nintendo consoles, Sega consoles. This isn't just Sega consoles. I'm just showing Sega consoles because this is a Sega channel. But this a method you can use for a lot of things, a lot of retro stuff, even newer stuff. You can use this for. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that has problems like this, simple little problems like the cartridge being ripped. But like I said, this is what I was saying when I said this doesn't fully apply to collectors, because if you care about having that box on your shelf, if you care about having that nice Genesis cartridge sitting on your shelf, this isn't going to work for you. But if you don't care about that and you just care about wanting to play the game, you want the game, right? You just want the game. That's all you want. Here you go. Here's your method. Now, I mean, even though Shining Force itself is still going to be expensive, right? Just because it's freaking Shining Force. 9 times out of 10, if we go back here, even still, there was a huge price difference. I mean, look at Shining Force now, $47. Also, here's another Shining Force 2 right here, game only, right? And I mean, it's still $31, but still, the original Shining Force is a lot cheaper when you look at it compared to this 47 when only at 34. You know what I'm saying? Free shipping at that. So if we look for Shining Force Genesis, but we look for ripped label, we just get a rip. Well, you won't find an exact match sometimes, but still, if you get my simple, what I'm really trying to say is just always look for, if you're just trying to get the game, look for a ripped label version. Okay, you can, in 9 times out of 10, get it a lot cheaper than what you expected you could. You know what I'm saying? What's another game I can show off where I had found like a ripped label of a game being extremely cheap? Was it like NBA Jam? Let me see. NBA Jam NBA Jam. Oops. Sega Genesis. I think it was NBA Jam Sega Genesis. But I mean, well, this game is already extremely cheap. But if you find one with like, if you're going through, just look for one with a. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's already look at that. Oh, that's a new tournament edition, factory sealed for $900. That is outrageous. But yeah, you can usually find one, right? If I look, right, if you go for like, let's just say we want to go for under $5 and see what we can find. You know what I'm saying? Here's one for $1. It's a bid, of course, but let's just say you want to buy now. That obviously lowers your results down to 3, but still, look, here's what I was talking about. Listen. Oh, this is Canada version, but still. Also, that's another good idea I meant to say. That's another one of the things I was trying to tell you. You can also get a game for a lot cheaper, and I really do mean a lot cheaper. In some cases, if you go for out of other region versions, like take this, right? Japan. For example, the Sega Saturn. If you're on Sega Saturn, it's always cheaper to shop for the Saturn in Japan. Like, what's a game I can say? What's a game I can show you this? This is another example. Nights. Wait on. Nights into Dreams. Sega Saturn. Right? And look, what we'll do is we'll add the USA first, okay? USA. And you just look. I'm trying to look for an American copy. See, no, that's not what I want. Oh no, get rid of that. That's why I have those on. But if you look, right? If you look, $190. Let's look. $50. $199. $115. Still, that's just a, what is that? That's a sampler. $49, $29. But you're seeing the difference here, right? Now let's look this up, right? Let's get rid of the USA, right? Let's get rid of the USA, and let's simply add Japan. And we'll get rid of the buy it now. You also don't have to buy it now, but still, look at the difference here. That's Christmas Nights in the Dreams. Just ignore that, and that's a U.S. seller also. So he just took the game up to $80. But look, $14, $24, $27, $13. That's still a U.S. copy. Rare sampler, see, that's a rare one. But look, $8.80, $18. Compared to the hundreds and fifties of the USA, the Japan version is extremely cheaper. If your console isn't region locked, or if it is region locked, there's usually, listen, depending on what you're on, because if you're on a Sega Genesis, if you're on a cartridge-based console, or any console before the Dreamcast, it's pretty easy to unregion lock your console. They have ways, action replay and all that, or disc swap methods and all that. So it's always extremely cheaper for you to go with a Japanese version if you can, if possible. You know what I'm saying? With the Sega Genesis, there was a switch inside the console that you would just take the top off your Genesis and switch the switch inside your console, and that's how you would be able to play Japanese games or Europe games on the NTSC American system. You see what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. So there are ways. So from now on, right, I really just did this to show people that, hold on, get back on. I really just did this to show people that retro games aren't that they don't have to be an expensive endeavor. It can be an expensive endeavor, but you can, in 9 times out of 10, get these games a lot cheaper if instead of here's what I'm saying here, right? From now on, when you want a retro game, instead of letting something like eBay or Amazon be your first choice, right? I'd say go out and look for it first. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, your local thrift store, yard sales, or even just something simple. What else I'm trying to think of? I'm trying to think of even sometimes just like retro game stores, your local retro game store, yard sale, thrift store. These games be extremely dirt cheap because the people inside don't know the value. You know what I'm saying? The people selling the games don't know the value. See, the people who sell them on eBay and online, they know. They do their research, and 9 times out of 10, they're actual gamers themselves. So it's hard to get a bargain over on them. But people like around you, 9 times out of 10, they don't know the value of these games. Like I I have a copy of Sonic 2, right? The copy of Sonic 2 is completely in box, fully in box with the manual. I got that for $3 at a thrift store. Completely working, completely everything, right? I think it even had the plastic on it. I don't know, I got it years ago, but I think it even had the plastic on it when I originally got it. Now it's my main copy of Sonic 2, but I think it has the box and the manual and everything, and I think it even had the plastic on it when I got it. I think it was new when I got it. And I only got that for, I think, $3 to $4, right? And that was just because I got it at a thrift store and the people inside didn't know the price, period. So it's just a good idea to go shopping at thrift stores and all that for retro gaming. It's just, even normally, I'd say, even if you're not looking for something specific, because you never know what you might luck up on, you know what I'm saying? I lucked up on a copy of Virtual Racing one time, and we already know Virtual Racing for the Sega Genesis SVP chip is extremely rare and expensive. I lucked up on one. So just, that's my message to you. Always search thrift stores first before you come online. Just, even if you're just normally and you happen to be near a thrift store or something like that and you're a retro collector or gamer, just always go in there and check. But most people know that, but even if you don't know that, it's just a good advice to have. It just, you can find games for extremely cheap and it's worth it, you know what I'm saying? Then when you come online, if you're looking, depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking, always look for like a Sega Kids version or a Sega Hits version or a Platinum Hits version, or what was it? Nintendo had Platinum Hits too. Somebody had something. I'm trying to think of all the ones they had. Nintendo had, eventually Nintendo replaced Platinum Hits with Nintendo Selects. And what you're understanding my point here, right? You're understanding my point. These games are expensive at first. Lots of the times the earliest copies are always the expensive copies. The Platinum Hit copies are where you want to search at. Then on a Sega Genesis, on a cartridge-based system, anything from PC Engine to Sega Genesis to Super Nintendo. If you're looking for a game, if you don't care about the collector's value and you just want the game to play and enjoy the game, go for a RIP label. And you might, if you're worried about authenticating concerns, like I said, first off, most of these places give you 30-day returns and all that. Second off, just open up either pop the cartridge in first off, right? Or just open up the cartridge and you'll see the name right there. And if the name doesn't match what they sold you, simply return it. That's it. Or get in contact with eBay or Amazon. But I've never had that problem. Usually because, I mean, 9 times out of 10, you can go for a ripped label game, because most of the time the label is just barely ripped, right? Or ripped enough, but you could still see the outskirts of the label that you could tell what it is, you know what I'm saying? And also, another thing, even for you collectors, if you're worried about how the game will look on your shelf, there's a couple different things you could do. First off, you could always just print out a new label and simply stick it on. It's not that hard, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to laminate it, like you know, and it'll still look nice on your cartridge, right? Another thing you could do is also reproduction cartridges are also a good route to go down. I was thinking about, but I haven't thought about that. I haven't done enough research into that one myself for that to be good. And another thing, right? A good thing to invest in for these consoles is either, if you don't feel like doing the more, let's say, how can I say this? The more, I'm trying to figure out how I could say this in the right way. If you don't feel like doing the more, let's say, janky methods, I guess I'd say, of unregion locking your console, because I mean, in ways they could damage your console, in ways they can't. Like in the Sega Genesis, you got to pop the top off and flip the switch. The Sega Saturn, you got to quickly switch the disc, and that one can damage your system. I think also with the PlayStation, you got to quickly switch the disc while holding down the disc reader. That can damage your console. If you're not looking to do those more danky, janky ways of unregion locking your console, simply invest in either a region changer or an Action Replay / Game Genie. They can do it for you, and it's extremely easy, and it's less damage into your console. And it's a good thing to invest in, because you can play Japanese imports at a way cheaper price than what you can for your US gaming. That being said, that was just my guide and my tutorial to how to shop for retro games cheaply. It can be done. Okay, it can be done. That being said, if you're new here, if you could subscribe, that'd be really awesome. We're trying to reach 200 subscribers, and you'd be helping us out a lot. Make sure to share this video with your friends to become a Super Slayer. I've been the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, Sega Slayer 64, and until next time, have a good one, Slayers.